So BDD framework. Right. So we have seen what is TDD framework. Now we will be talking about BDD. So BDD nothing but a behavior driven development. Right now, nowadays it is very popular because of it has some very good pros with this framework. Right. So TDD was essentially a more of a kind of framework only where the automation who knows about the automation can contribute, right? Because it was completely based on the coding, right? So though the framework structure and how you are coding your and how you are designing your test cases through Java and all, it was like completely uh, a coding based framework, right? So wherein you only have to write the code and you are having the test cases either somewhere in your Jira, right, in the form of stories, or you are creating the test cases or deriving those test cases from Jira, and then you are converting them into your actual test case in your framework, right? So BDD is having a very good approach in terms of like it improves collaboration among the among your entire team, right? So be it your product owner or plus be it your BA, SM, Scrum Master, or be it your manual testers, right, who does not understand about your coding or anything, right? So there is a component called feature file in your BDD framework, which has scenarios written in the form of Gherkin language, right? So let me go to the paint and then let me quickly take you through with the structure of the BDD framework, right? So in large, BDD is having three components. First is your feature file, second is your step definition file, and third is your test runner file. Okay, now what feature file does is it actually has all the features for the web pages. So let's say on the login page you are having login feature. On home page you are having some something called search feature or something like search product feature. Product feature, or there are some other feature also like navigating to other navigating to product list. So there are some other features which are there in your home page. Then once you search for any product, you are having the feature of add to cart, or likewise then there is a payment feature. So these are called features, right? Features which you would be essentially testing it, right? And then payment feature or a registration feature, customer registration feature, Now what we write in feature file for defining all those features, we create scenarios there, right? So these are essentially, these all features file will have scenarios here, right? And each scenario would be combined with given, when, and then, given, when, and then Gherkin keywords, but okay, but or and, right? And these are nothing but a Gherkin keyword scenario or scenario outline for your data driven testing. Scenario outline for data driven testing. Scenario outline or data tables, I would say data tables also we can use for data driven testing. And with scenario outline we use examples keyword, which is actually we are separating out data with the pipe symbol. So data 1 separated out with the pipe symbol, data 2 likewise we will be like defining that in your feature file, right? So for each feature I would be creating a separate feature file. Let's say for login feature I would be creating one feature file. For search product I would be creating second feature file. For navigating product I would be creating separate feature file, and each feature file can have multiple scenarios there. So it can have multiple scenarios, right? So each feature file, login feature would have multiple scenarios. Right? So scenarios could be like, let's say you have a positive scenario wherein you are passing the correct username and correct password, and then you are landing on the home page. The second scenario could be you are passing a correct username and incorrect password, and then you are clicking on the login button, and then you are verifying the error. Right? So likewise, there would be a multiple scenario which you can write in your login feature file. Right? And each scenario would be having a given when and then condition. So given is like, let's say you are on a home page. So this would be your given condition, right? So you are on a home page or you are on a login page. Now when you enter the username and password, you are on the login page. Login page. When you enter username and password, enter username and password and click. So it you can combine the condition using and keyword and click on the login button. Then what you do, you land on the home page. Okay, so this you can actually keep in your given when and then format, right? Disha,
Yeah, Nitin.
you must be knowing about given then and
No. BDD is completely new for me, Nitin.
okay. So Sitara, what about you?
Yeah, new for me, but then I'm understanding.
You're understanding, right? So given
Yes.
is like your precondition, right? So it is your precondition that you are on the home page already or login page already, right? When is your test action that would be executed? Test action, right? So given user is on login page, and when user click on this, enters the username and password, and then click on the login button, then the outcome of the previous step would be captured in the then. Outcome of the previous step would be captured in then. Okay, so this actually simplifies your test case, and everyone, be it your manual tester, be it your BA or product owner, can contribute to the feature file, and they can actually for any sort of not proofreading kind of thing, but any sort of review, right? Peer review or anything, you can have that done using the feature file, because that's a very simple English. The scenarios would be written in very simple English language, and you must be knowing about like you in your organization also, you would be following like your BAs are actually writing the stories in the form of Gherkin keyword only, like given when and then keywords only, right? So nowadays it is very much in demand, right? So this is how you are creating your feature files, and this would be your one package. And I'm not talking about the end-to-end framework here, but yeah, this would be your one package wherein you will keep all your feature files basically. Getting it kya, Disha, Sitara?
Yes, Nitin.
Yes.
Okay, next is your step definition file, wherein you would be actually writing your Java code along with Selenium, Java plus Selenium. So you would be writing your in your step definition file, you would be writing your Java code, Java plus Selenium code. Now for each feature file and for each scenario of that feature file, you will have to have the code here, right? So as in like the scenario one is like login test or something, like you are testing something on the login page, right? So for each page or each feature file and for each scenario feature file, you will have to write the corresponding code, Java code, corresponding Java code here, corresponding code for each feature file and each scenario of feature file. Okay, so you will have to create your step definition file. And once your step definition file is ready, there would be another component called test runner file, and wherein you will have Cucumber options, Cucumber options dot class, and here with the help of some properties like uh, you will have to give the path of feature file uh, in this Cucumber option. Then you will have to give the path of step definition file using glue, and then you have to for reporting you would be using some what was that? Uh, there was some term for reporting also. So you get the report in very pretty format. And for one more was like dry run and strict are some of the uh, Cucumber options which you will be using in your test runner file, right? So when you give your feature file here, the path of the feature file here, you can directly run your test cases directly from here in this test runner file of Cucumber. Okay, and along with this, we will be using couple of other properties like background keyword and then tags, hooks, right? So this would essentially would make your framework more robust and more flexible in terms of defining all the preconditions and post conditions in using the background keyword, defining all preconditions and post conditions using background keyword. Precondition and post condition using background keyword. Text would be helpful, like as in what we have seen in your groups, right? Like for sanity you are having separate test cases, for regression you are having separate test cases. So likewise you can tag your test cases here with some specific keyword like regression, sanity, and based on your need you can execute only those set of test cases, right? So likewise you can create your uh, you know tags here. So regression, sanity, smoke, or uh, functional or non-functional, whatever you want to keep the tags here. Hooks are nothing but up before method and after method, before method, after method, or before class, after class are kind of hooks here. After class are kind of hooks here, which would be like keeping your all the code which you need to execute before method and after method, right? So it is more similar to the annotations we have in TestNG, right? So in TestNG also we are having those kind of annotations, right? Okay, so this is essentially high level structure of the BDD framework, right? So you can take a picture of this, right? And it is very simple to understand, and nowadays you are most of them are using this BDD framework.